But before I get to Desmond, there's been an effort by the communications minister to go to war for Ghanaians. So in a case where he doesn't even win, we will know that he actually fought a good fight for us. So Sam George had neck to neck with MultiChoice for some time now, and that is because he is fighting for the cost of DSTV subscription to be reduced. Looks like MultiChoice is also fighting back. We'll give you the details of that later here on the show after Desi has landed with us.
No, you are not alone. We're still supporting from our hearts. No, you are not alone. We're still supporting from our hearts.
Oh, Desi.
You know what they did a few days ago really hurt me. So I can only say or wish us well, because from the
Shamima told me something this morning. She said that hope can never go be wasted emotions. Hope can never be wasted emotion. So I think regardless what they did, they are still topping the group I.
Still out there. We just need to win this game. A draw or whatever thing is not part of it. We just need to win the game against Mali. And Mali is a tougher opponent than the other teams we have played. Of course, we went there to beat them in their home grounds. But, I mean, Mali is still Mali, one of the biggest teams in Africa when it comes to football. So we can only hope and pray we win this one. Yeah.
Desmond, thank you. You can take us away.
Fantastic. All right, so let's get into the details of the stories. This is the news update. I am Desmond Okreku Danso, and coming up this after the MultiChoice is under fire as Communications Minister Sam George maintains a tough stance over a proposed 30% reduction in subscription fees. The company has, however, agreed to appear before a stakeholder committee established by the minister and has assured its full participation in this process. And also coming up later in this bulletin, hundreds of youth in Manso-Tontokrom in the Abossey South District of the Ashanti region have blocked the entry of military personnel to the mining site. The details of these stories and many more coming up shortly. Please stay with us. Hello again. Let's get into the details of the stories. And tension erupted in the mining town of Tontokrom when angry youth clashed with military personnel over a disputed mining concession. The confrontation disrupted daily activities as protesters set tires ablaze and blocked major roads to express their frustration. We'll bring you more details here subsequently. Now, Dr. Sami Fosu-Ampofo, Policy Advisor on Political Affairs at the Office of the Vice President, has reiterated the government's unwavering commitment to placing Ghanaian youth at the center of national development. Representing the Vice President at the 2025 Ogwafe to Afasha celebration, Dr. Fosu-Ampofo highlighted that the youth remain a driving force behind Ghana's economic and cultural transformation.
The 61st Fetu Afashe witnessed a colorful procession of chiefs, traditional leaders adorned in beautiful kente, gold ornament and centuries-old beads, rode high in elaborately beautifully decorated palanquins. Presenting the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, Policy Advisor of the Office of the Vice President, Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo, stressed government commitment to the youth, pointing to interventions under the Youth Employment Agency and other skill programs that are equipping young Ghanaians to contribute in areas such as tourism, creative art, and innovation.
Our tourism sector, strengthened by strategic investment through the Ghana Tourism Development Company and the Tourism Development Fund, which has already disbursed over 30 million Ghana cedis, is ensuring that festivals such as the Fetu Afashe remain both cultural sanctuary and engines of economic growth. Her Excellency further emphasizes that our youth remain the very heart of our national agenda. Through the Youth Employment Agency, a wide range of skills development programs, young Ghanaians are being empowered with the training, tools, and opportunities to contribute meaningfully towards national progress.
Osaberimba Kwesi Atta II is the paramount chief of the Ogwa traditional area.
We must look at ourselves, where we lack, how we want to make good of what we lack, look at the future, and plan to meet the future without any hindrance, because we would have prepared properly to meet what is ahead of us. And that is why I call all my people of Cape Coast. What is past is past. Let's all sit back, look at ourselves. Nobody is perfect in this world. Where we have fallen short, let's drop it. Let's reconcile ourselves, forge ahead in unity.
This year's Ogwa Fetu Festival 2025 urged Ghanaians everywhere to embrace the festival's call to be innovative as part of the broader national renewal agenda being championed by President John Dramani Mahama.
Now to the health sector, and Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Ghana, Dr. Divine Banyubala, has cautioned quack doctors in the sector to stop the operations. According to him, the council has commenced an exercise to ensure perpetrators are brought to book, citing examples of quack doctors they have gotten arrested in the past months. He made this known at a press briefing here in Accra.
We are going to deal with issues of quackery, and then we are also going to enhance that. Unfortunately for us, we don't require doctors to have their certificates of good standing embossed where, for obvious reasons, embossed where they are. The other bit is, as members of the general public, you know a good doctor when you find one. And one of the cases in Accra here, it was members of the public who went there and said no. They were suspicious because this cannot be a qualified doctor. The way the person went about the processes, and they felt that no, all their care engagement, that is not how it was. And then, of course, we then undertook it upon ourselves to undertake the undercover investigations, which actually established that this person was not a qualified medical practitioner. But if we were to get to the point where we all have uniform across the country, that there's a requirement that whilst you remain in the hospital setting, you must have the appropriate attire, have your ID with your credentials, and describe you properly. It doesn't matter that you are a doctor or whatever, but you have to tell us whether you are a medical doctor or you are a laboratory technologist or you are a pharmacist or you are a nurse, so that the practitioners know exactly who they meet. Unfortunately for us, anybody we see in a white coat in a hospital environment, if the person is male, the presumption is that the person is a doctor. We have vigilant investigative processes. So even if you procure fraudulent documents, what we assure you is that we will find, it's just a matter of time, you will be discovered. It doesn't matter the route you take, whether you start from Barbados through Nigeria to Gabon to UK and come here, we will find you out at the right time.
I will go back to our earlier story about the disturbances in Tontokrom, and let's engage our Ashanti regional correspondent Abdul Basit Suleiman for more on this. Basit, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us here. Just give us an update on what has transpired ever since that incident happened in the area.
Yeah, good afternoon, Desmond, and good afternoon to our cherished viewers. Yes, Desmond, you know, the conflict between the residents of Tontokrom and the mining company Asanko Mines has been a long-standing issue between these two factions. You know, some years back, these locals have been accusing the company of denying them access to lands that they've been working on for generations. They claim that the mining company is taking over their lands without due processes. Despite recent efforts to address this issue, including the meeting with the Ashanti Regional Minister some days ago to ensure that the situation comes under control. Dramatically, with recently, just Saturday, some military personnel were deployed to the community, particularly by the mining company, to protect them so that they'll be able to mine. This, the residents believe, is something that is trampling upon their rights, and they decided not to allow the military to enter the community. So they blocked the road, started burning ties, resisting all attempts by these security forces to be able to enter the community, because they believe the military are there to intimidate them. So even though I can say that calm has been restored within the Tontokrom community in the Manso district, but residents still vow that they will not allow the company to take over their lands without consultation or any due processes. This is exactly what is happening within the Tontokrom community right now as I speak with you, Desmond.
Great. We know that the leaders of the community are asking a few things from the government, including the fact that they want to participate in decision-making about these concessions. They want to know the agreements and all of that. How is that going? Has any official heard them? And what is the way forward with that? Or they're still going to protest until something is done about it?
Yeah, the Ashanti Regional Minister, even just last week, met with both separately with the community members as well as the mining community. The community wants some portion of the land to be declared as a cooperative community mining system, so that they will also be able to have their share of their mining land. So Regional Minister has met with all the stakeholders to ensure that they will do due diligence to ensure that the residents will have some portion, as well as the company will also have their peace of mind. You know, this situation, even though has been brought under control, but I believe it highlights the complex issues surrounding mining rights and community interest in the country. The only thing that will bring peaceful resolution to address the concerns of all the parties is when the minister responsible for mining intervene to ensure that these community members have their share of the mining concession.
Much for the update. Abdul Suleiman is the Ashanti regional correspondent there. Now, wait to some other stories that Nigeria's High Commissioner to Ghana, His Excellency Moses Adeoye, Dr. Gloria Diri, has called for stronger measures to empower women into leadership positions in Africa. She said while some actions have been taken by the government of Ghana to ensure this is achieved, there are still stereotypes that must be dealt with.
The inauguration of the Woman of Today Development Association Ghana chapter saw in attendance diplomats, government officials and women leaders. Adeoye, while praising Ghana's commitment to gender advancement through the National Gender Policy and the passage of the Affirmative Action Act 2024, urged stakeholders to ensure their full implementation through advocacy and sensitization. He said T-Ward's presence in Ghana would provide a powerful platform to mentor young girls, break stereotypes and promote women leadership across the continent, urging support for the NGO.
I hope that all of us, we should support this initiative, because it is always wanting for us to have laudable programs, laudable objectives. The initiator alone, like in Nigeria, there's a proverb that one tree cannot make a forest.
President of T-Word International, Dr. Gloria Dewey, said despite women's natural contribution,
we have similar as women. Women wear stereotypes, cultural stereotypes, public and society stereotypes limit them. And so T-Word want to create a platform for networking, for friendship, for support for one another, a platform where the voices of women can be heard and seen.
As nurturers and nation builders, many still face cultural, social, and political barriers.
Our agenda is to help curb the children of the street, especially the girl child of the streets, and the boys that come in for some other reason other than being objective and being decent in their living.
Oheneyere Nana Ama, president of T-Word Ghana chapter, said the vision of the organization also focuses on empowering the girl child.
Now to Tamale, and the Executive Secretary of the Water Resources Commission, Professor Alidu Seidu, has been elected to represent the National Democratic Congress in the by-election slated for September 30 in the Tamale Central constituency. The by-election was held after the death of incumbent MP Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed on August 8 in a helicopter crash with 7 others. The primary was held at the Aliyu Muhammad Sports Stadium in Tamale. And let's speak to another regional correspondent, Alhassan D. Baba, for more on this. D. Baba, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on the program. After the election, how's the euphoria been in Tamale about the election of Prof?
All right, thank you so much, and good afternoon to our viewers and listeners across the country. Yes, the election was held on Saturday, the 6th of this month, and there were 12 aspirants contesting to replace Honorable Murtala Mohammed, and one of them emerged victorious, and that was Professor Alidu Seidu, the head of political science department of the University of Ghana. Yes, after the election, there was really heated contest in this issue because many of the aspirants were explaining to people how good they can replace Murtala Mohammed, but unfortunately for them, the professor emerged victorious. But after the primaries, as a matter of fact, things has been going on smoothly because many people thought that there were going to be disagreement or division among NDC leadership within the Tamale Central constituency. But after the primaries that was done the day before yesterday, we saw that many of the aspirants went to the house of Professor Alidu to thank him and to pledge their support for him going into the 30th elections. And even yesterday, the party regional executives gathered all the aspirants, including the winner, to tell them or to find a way forward. And according to them, it was a strategy for them to all come together to ensure that the professor wins the upcoming elections. And we're also hearing that the NDP, that is Hassan Ayarga's party, are going to fill the candidate. So we're thinking there's going to be an uncontested primary elections. But we are hearing that one person is preparing to come out. I also had information that there will be an independent candidate also contesting. So we are waiting to see what will happen. But as a matter of fact, after the primaries, Tamale is cool and the NDC is going about their businesses. Even this morning, I saw some of the aspirants still going to the winner to congratulate him and to pledge their support for him.
This man who has emerged victorious, Professor Alidu Seidu, what's he like and what's the message that he has been preaching, prior to the primary?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's like this professor is somebody who was very close to the late MP. The information we gathered is that he was even his thesis master when Murtala Mohammed was doing his PhD at Legon. So he's somebody who was very close to Murtala Mohammed, and he explained to the delegates that he was the best person to replace him. In fact, they thought he was to cut on Saturday he was supposed to cut a sort for construction of one clinic in his constituency on Saturday. Unfortunately, he left on Wednesday, and the professor has started constructing that clinic. In fact, he was working for some people to get their appointments from MPA, EPA, and other institutions, and the professor was able to follow up and get all those employment secured for the constituents of Tamale Central. And for that matter, many people believe that he was the best person and the right person because he was already doing what Murtala Muhammad has started. He even pledged to continue supporting all the students that Murtala Muhammad was supporting. And for that matter, people fell and saw that he was somebody that could wear the sandals of Murtala Muhammad very well, and that is why he won. And the difference between him and the second person was about 304 votes. That tells you that the win was a big one. And for that matter, his message really sang very well with the delegates and the good people of NDC within the Tamale Central constituency. I should also mention that many big wigs within the northern region and the Tamale Central constituency were supporting him, including almost all the executives of NDC in the Tamale Central constituency. There was even a suspicion that Honorable Haruna Idrisu, the former minority leader and the current education minister, was also supporting him. And you know, anywhere Haruna Idrisu goes within the northern region, people follows, and we believe that also contributed to the big win that the professor had on Saturday.
Great. Thank you very much, Dibaba, for the updates. He's our Northern Regional Correspondent, giving us some updates on the election of Professor Ali Duseidu as the candidate representing the NDC in the Tamale Central constituency. And you're still watching the news updates here on Metro Television. I am Desmond Okreku. We're live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana and also DSTV channel 277 and also on Multi TV. We'll do some other stories in a bit and then hand over to Annie Efwa Ampofu for the rest of the program. And so definitely we'll be connecting to some of our regional correspondents also to give us some updates and some of the happenings in those areas. Now, to some of the stories, the National Union of Ghanaian Students, NUGS, has appealed to Mr. Daniel, who is actually their president, not to contest in the upcoming elections.
The president is in charge of appointing the vetting committee. The president is in charge of appointing the electoral commission that sees through the election. The president is in charge of appointing OLAC, which are the local organizing committee which oversee the success of Congress. And not the least and not the last, the president is in charge of validating dues and validating schools who are supposed to vote in election. So how can such person be a candidate in the same election? We are pleading the president to recuse himself from this election, from the 58th election that is going to happen this month. As concerned members of the union, we wish to use this platform to inform all NUGS members and all stakeholders in NUGS election that the president, the incumbent president, cannot be a judge in his own case. Our concerns arise not from personal grievance, but from a profound belief that his candidacy is adversely compromising the spirit of our union. Our plea today is to anchor in the democratic echoes that governs our union. We ask not to divide, not to preserve, but the truth within the union must stand. You will be affirming the democratic integrity of our election process and ensuring that no perception of undue influence is cast on this union again.
And residents of Wujadeke in the Agotime Ziope district of the Volta region are now breathing a sigh of relief following the construction of a 15,000-litre mechanized solar-powered borehole water system. The facility is meant to provide safe and reliable drinking water to the community, easing the long-standing water crisis. Our Volta regional correspondent has the rest of the stories.
Water is life, they say, but for the people of Wujedeke, that has not been the case for many years. Residents of the farming community in the Agotime-Ziope district had to walk several miles to fetch water from the only dam in the area, originally meant for irrigation processes for drinking and domestic use. These unsafe sources posed serious health risks, including diarrhea, cholera, and other waterborne diseases. To address the challenge, the community, with support from World Vision Ghana, has acquired a 15,000-litre mechanized solar-powered borehole water system. The development chief of Ziope, Osajefo Kikitata, noted that with the availability of potable water, diseases will become a thing of the past.
As we all know, water is life. Without water, or without water, you cannot live. So the diseases that we suffer, cholera and all other diseases, stops today. And we couldn't be any more happier.
The cluster programs manager for World Vision, Eric Opoku-Ejako, urged the community to take proper care of the facility to ensure its sustainability.
What I would look for is that they make good use of this water, and then they ensure all the things that we taught them and put them into good use so that they can even generate resources from it to support the most vulnerable within their communities.
The district chief executive for Agotime-Ziope, Alfred Odikro, commended the community and World Vision for the support and appealed to other organizations to emulate the gesture.
The project we commissioning today, it looks like it is very special with regards to the mechanization they are taking it through. So if we can get such assistance from other NGOs, I think water problems in the district will be overcome. So we're just using this opportunity to appeal to some other NGOs to come on board and assist us.
Meanwhile, the chiefs and people of Wujedeke have officially broken ground for the construction of a multi-purpose e-library aimed at serving students of the community and its surrounding areas.
And it's a good one for the people of the area. That's all for the news updates. Many thanks for watching. I am Desmond Okreku. So for more news, please do log on to our website, www.metrotvonline.com. Annie, over to you. I've seen your prediction, though. 2-1 you say against Mali. Okay.
Well, I said 2-0, but...
Is that 2-0?
Yes, I said 2-0 earlier, and King Kaninja made me feel...
Now, there's no way we'll be able to beat them 2-0.
With the Malians, so once we give them 2, there's very likelihood that they're going to take one out.
Give them 1, so 2-1.
So I was trying to play...
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to play safe.
No, that's fine.
I mean, but if they still give us 2-0, why not?
Well, I don't know.
Made them in hopes, and I'm not sure where I'm getting it from.
You know, sometimes in the most difficult times, the Black Stars just find a way around it, and it looks all good. But anyway, we just have to avoid defeat. That's all. Yeah,
I just hope that luck will be on our side.
Yeah.
Because you guys say football is a game of chance, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we hope that we'll take opportunity of the chances
that we will get.
I'm trying to see if I can organize any of the old players we have, like Ajiman Bedu. If he's watching, good afternoon to him, because he was watching in the morning, was asking me questions. Okay. So I want to see if I can go to the stadium with him.
Okay.
Yeah, and see maybe if they see us.
The game is actually at 7 p.m.
Yes, I mean, I don't
tonight.
mind. Even if it's 12 midnight and I want to go, I will go.
That's it, Annie. Over to you.
Desmond, thank you for the updates. All right. So you're still watching Good Afternoon Ghana, but let me ask, remind you that the spare parts at Abossey Okai, to be specific, are still calling for the sacking of foreigners who have taken over the retail business. And we'll be going into the area. Vanessa Doton is there, and she will come through with a report how they intend to do that, because I think they gave us today to start the demonstration of how they were going to sack these foreigners. As far as I'm concerned, my memory serves me, it has been many years of an attempt to take foreigners out of the retail business. In this time, to be precise, the spare parts dealing. Let's take a breather. When we come back, we'll give you some more updates from that quarters as well.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model. Securing your safety. Creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from to Jeb be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast, and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
Welcome back to Good Afternoon, Ghana. Now, let's visit the central part of Accra, where Abossey Okai members have been speaking for some time now and giving us indications what action they intend to do. So the Abossey Okai Spare Parts Dealers Association announced that the beginning of Monday, September 8, 2025, it will embark on an exercise to ensure strict compliance with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC Act 2013. In a statement signed by Director of Communications Techi Ado, the association said the move specifically targets Section 27, Clause 1 of the Act, which prohibits non-citizens of engaging in petty trading, hawking, or selling goods in stores and markets. Now, the association also noted that despite the law, foreigners continue to operate in trading spaces such as Abossey Okai, a situation it described as undermining the livelihood of local traders and weakening indigenous entrepreneurship. Successive governments have also failed to ensure full enforcement of this act, resulting in a persistent drain on the business of Ghanaian traders. This time has come up to uphold the law and protect the local enterprise from unlawful competition, the statements read. The group also stressed that it is not against foreign investment in Ghana, acknowledging its importance to nationwide development or national development, but insisted that such investments must comply with the country's laws. And my colleague Vanessa Odoton is at Abossey Okai. She's coming through with an understanding of what the situation is looking like. Vanessa, thank you for your time. Good afternoon. Okay, so describe to us what it's looking like. Are they closing shops?
Good afternoon, Annie.
Are they sacking them from the market? What exactly is going on?
At Abossey Okai. Okay, what is happening is a peaceful one. The leadership of the Abossey Okai spare part dealers have given a 3 days ultimatum to the Nigerian retailers to close their shops. Now, they explain that they are not forcefully sacking them from the market. They also indicated that they are not asking them to stop wholesale, but they expect them to stop retailing as the GIPC law Act 2013 indicated. So I have with me the head of communication of the Abossey Okai spare part dealers. Please, you're welcome to Metro TV. Thank you very much. Right. Please tell us, what exactly is this exercise about?
It's very simple. Oh, thank you very much. It's very simple. As you can see, we are protecting our businesses because they already said, you mentioned the act. The act is Act 27. You understand? Section 27(1) says that we should protect the petty trading aspect. That's what we are doing. But the investment aspect belongs to the president. But the petty trading for the citizens, that's what we are doing. When we look at the market, the foreign nationals have invaded the market for a long time. And now we can't even have any space to operate. So what we can do is, we are not enforcing the law, rather acting on behalf of the law. To enforce the law means that we need to go to court and engage the Ghana Police Service. But this time around, we are just acting on behalf of the act and the law. That's what we are doing. So far, so good. 90% of these foreign nationals have closed their shops. So far, so good. So as you can see, there are people, they are now closing it again, and we'll be going rounds. You will see for yourself what we are doing. We want to support the government. Government need a data to work on it. Over the years, government doesn't have any data. So we form a committee. After the committee, what next? Then, because this law has been existed from 1994. So if 1994 to today, means that somebody is not doing the right thing. So this time around, we'll say, okay, fine. Let the backward be backward, let the past be past. Let's focus on what is happening now. We will gauge the people and have the data and give to the government will act on it. So far, the Nigerians, the foreigners, they've done well. They have complied. They are our brothers, our sisters. We have no problem with them. There's no problem with Ghana and Nigeria. But the law is the law. We are so happy. 90% of them have closed their shops. That's it.
Have you sat down with them to have an engagement with them and know the way forward?
Yes. We had a meeting with them before. And some of them are in support of what we are doing. But because they cannot show their faces, do you understand? So we also need to protect them. That's what we are doing. So after the exercise, they will engage who matters in this case. We want the work to be easier for the CEO, Mr. Simon. That's Ghana Investment Promotion Center. We want the job to be easier for them. But let me warn these Ghanaians, those are fronting for this foreign national, they need to be extra careful. The law is very clear and simple. If you are Ghanaian, you are fronting for foreign nationals, you will be imprisoned. That's the law. So if you're a Ghanaian, stop fronting for foreign nationals. Stop it. Now the law is very clear. And now, as you can see, people are serious about this issue. A Ghanaian, shop owner, property owner, don't rent your shop to foreign nationals. After this exercise, we are going after the shop owners. That's the property owners. And then the last people will be the Ghanaians who are fronting for them.
But one will ask, if you are complaining that their goods are cheaper, wouldn't it be nice that you also reduce your goods? Do you think it works like that?
Their goods, not because it's cheaper, it's because the way our government is handling the port. Do you understand? It's not cheap. A foreign national will supply a goods to shop. He give you 10 cedis. The same person will try to retail it 10 cedis in his shop. So where are we going? Meanwhile, the law says just supply it to me. After that, then you go back. Do you understand? But you supply it to me and you keep some of it in your shop. Then you sell it 10 cedis. You supply it to me 10 cedis. How much do you want me to sell it? I need to sell it maybe 15 cedis or 10 or 12 cedis. That's the reason why the media are sending this bad information to the people that Abossey Okai, our goods are very expensive and Nigerians are very cheap. These are the reasons. And again, go to their port. The percentage was only 15%. Ghana is 55%. Can you compare? The interest rate less than 20%. Ghana is 30 to 40%. Can you compare? You cannot. Even here, Cote d'Ivoire, their interest rate is 7.5%. 7.5%. Cote d'Ivoire, I don't know part of West Africa. Why our interest rate is higher than La Cote d'Ivoire? Why our interest rate is higher than Nigeria? Why at the port they are using 50%? Rather, we are using 55% at the port. These are the reasons. Not because Ghanaians are bad people or Ghanaian traders are bad. We are not bad, though, because the way the GRA customs, the way they handle Ghana traders and the businessmen in this country. That's the reason why. This time the law is the law. The law should work. We are not enforcing anybody. We are just acting on behalf of the law. Simple. Anybody who refuses to do so, Thursday will go to court for an injunction. Injunction will cross all shops if anybody refuses to comply. But thank God that 90% of them have already complied already. So we have no problem again.
So what would happen on Wednesday?
Wednesday, we will submit it to the CEO and the Ministry of Trade and Industry, because this is simple exercise so that they will act on it. The loss doesn't belong to us. It's the chest of the government. The loss is the chest of the government. We as an association, ours is to identify the people. You understand? Identify the people and hand over to the central government.
Finally, one will say that this exercise has been going on for a very long time. What would make this one not an exercise in like a futile exercise?
Talk about over the years, all went in vain. You see, that's a lack of leadership. Everything in this country is about leadership. If you have a good leader, a vision leader, anything positive we touch, you make sure you finish with it. That's what we are doing. We just took the reign of this association 2 years. That's the reason why you can see our star. Our star is different. We are preaching it with a human face. We are not going to force anybody. But I'll make sure the law is the law. The law will work. And it's happening. Let me say thank you to our foreigners, especially our brother from Nigeria. They've already complied. But as I said, we met some of the leadership. They are in support of what we are doing. They were standing around. They were around here because we don't want to mention their names. So far so good. Abossey Okai very soon is going to be. And I can assure you, now dollar is coming down. Duties is coming also down. It left with the traders will reduce our goods and services so that Ghanaians will benefit from this, all this what is happening. Do you understand? So these are some of the measures we are putting in place. Let's deal with the illegal business people, illegal traders. Those are from the other neighboring countries. Let's deal with them. Then Ghana will have a space to manage our own trading aspect. But as I said, let me clear this misconception. It's very important to me. It's very, very important to me. People misquoted the president. The president said he's going to reduce this foreign investment capital, which is $1 million to $500,000. That is not true. The president was very specific about the investors. He was talking about the investor, not the trading. Trading is short term, but investor and investment is long term. That's the future. We want more company, more factory to appear in Ghana. He was talking about it to get more attractive to the country. So the president was very clear. He did not talk about the trading, talk about investment. So that assertion need to be killed today. Nobody should talk about it again because the president was talking about investment, not trading. The trading aspect for Ghanaians, simple.
Thank you so much. That was the heads of communication for the Ghana spare part dealers. We have the president here, Mr. Henry. Welcome to Metro TV.
Thank you very much.
What are you doing differently this time?
this time around, I'm going to make sure we evict the illegal Nigerians out of the market. They are invading the market. They are destroying our market. They are competing with us in the market, and it's destroying our business. So this time around, we are going to put our feet down to make sure we enforce the law. We have the Nigerians here. This is a Nigerian, his name is CY, with the executives. We've sat down with them. They are complying with what we are doing. They understand what we are doing. They have assured us that they will back us to do what we have to do. So they are here. This is CY. So you can talk to me.
Yes, please welcome to Metro TV. So you are backing up the Abossey Okai Spare Part Dealers Association on this exercise. I mean, please, can you kindly speak to me? They are not okay. They are not ready to talk. They are not ready to talk.
No, they are not going to talk. But they are here to show support that they are complying with what we are doing. Yes, they are complying. So, any other question? What else are you asking?
Yes. So you've gone round today.
Yes.
What have you seen?
You see, this shop is a Nigerian shop. If you can put your camera here, that was a Nigerian shop. I made sure the shop is closed. And we are still enforcing it. We are going around to make sure all stores will be closed. And after the exercise, we are going to sit down with the heads of the Nigerians to solve the issue, to make sure we will go on and work on behalf of the Abossey Okai people.
So far you are satisfied with what you've seen?
So far they have complied. Yes. So I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing now.
Okay, Annie, I'm currently at Abossey Okai. Whatever development that will come after the exercise, will bring it live to you on Metro TV.
All right, Vanessa, thank you so much. So follow through with the team that is there and the attempts they're actually putting in. Now, let me just give you some background to this. This has been an age-old fight. Sometimes you ask the question, who is supposed to be doing the check or be looking on the checklist and be ticking as to whether or not the foreigners, I would say. It just happens that Nigerians find themselves in this area, and they are taking hold of the retail space. They are not supposed to be operating within the retail space. So we quoted the Act 2013, where at 27 clause 1 is talking about activities reserved for Ghanaians and Ghanaian-owned enterprises. That's what the Act is saying, Ghanaian-owned enterprises. So clause 1 says a person who is not a citizen or an enterprise which is not wholly owned by citizens shall not invest or participate in the sale of goods or provision of services in the market, petty trading or hawking, or selling of goods in a stall at any place. B, the operation of taxi or car hire service in an enterprise that has a fleet of less than 25 vehicles. The operation of a beauty salon or a barber shop. The printing of recharge scratch cards for the use of subscribers of telecommunication services. E, the production of exercise books and other basic stationery. F, the retail of finished pharmaceutical products. G, the production of supply of retail of sachet water. And H, all aspects of pool betting businesses and lotteries except football pool. So that is what the Act, Section 27, Clause 1 is talking about from the Act 2013, the GMPT Act. And so the Ghanaians have the law that protects them. But is this law actually really active? Is it really working? Is it indeed protecting the Ghanaian businessman? And so it looks like when frustration sets in, the businessmen decide to take charge of their own lives and then will actually try to fight for their space. But it shouldn't be so. If the law is there, there should be the law implementers. The police must be involved. Local assembly must be involved. The constituencies must be involved. Local government. It's their work to protect us. Anyway. All right. So let's go into the other conversation about what I said earlier, that the communications minister has been trying to go to war, in quotes, for Ghanaians. And I hope that even if he doesn't win, we will have his name registered that he did his best. But the thing is, doing your best actually did not give results. Let's see what happens if he's going to get some results from this. And MultiChoice Ghana, DSTV has confirmed its commitment to appear before the stakeholder committee established by the Minister of Communications, Digital and Technology Innovations, Samuel Neti George, to evaluate DSTV pricing in Ghana. The company has assured its full participation in the process. Now, the first meeting of the committee is scheduled for Monday, 8th of September 2025. The development comes against the backdrop of a tension between the company and the minister, well, not the minister, but the ministry, right, over a proposed 30% reduction of the subscription fees. In a statement, the National Communications Authority, NCA, reviewed that the MultiChoice has submitted its response to the 7th August suspension notice, along with details of the pricing model. But the authority also further clarified that the NCA assured the public further updates will be provided in due course, and this development follows a stern directive issued by the minister during the Government Accountability Series for the 30% reduction in subscription fees by 7th of August. Okay, so on your screen is the display. Okay, I thought you were posting that. But if it's possible, let's just have it, and then we can speak with Kweku Amo Date Esquire is the I have Charles Redu, I'm told. Charles Redu speaks for the Ministry of Communications and Technology, and he has joined us via phone. Charles, thank you for your time. You're welcome to Good Afternoon, Ghana.
Yeah, thank you. A bit of a correction. I'm a member of Parliament representing a dream, and then I don't speak for the NDC government. I'm a member of the NPP.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
on this program because I'm the deputy ranking on communication.
Okay.
That's why I've been called to speak.
Okay. Thank you for the correction. I just was misled because I don't have your name on my list. Honorable member,
No.
thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So it means that we have to take the communication on a different tangent. So for you being a ranking member on the committee of...
Deputy ranking member.
Deputy ranking. So you being deputy ranking, I'm sure this case has been on your table for some time. What exactly has been the discussion on the committee so far?
I'm grateful for the opportunity. To be frank with you, we've been seized with this matter for some time now. Actually, at the committee, we had planned to meet the very day that the aircraft, the helicopter crash happened. So then we just called off that meeting at the last hour. Since then, we've not had the opportunity to meet as a committee, you know. But then from our side, if it's our side, the minority side, we think that, you know, this whole thing shouldn't have even degenerated to the level that we find ourselves. MultiChoice is a company, an international company, you know, doing business in Ghana. They've been operating for so many years in Ghana, you know, providing services for subscribers. As I speak to you, I'm a subscriber because I'm a fanatic of Liverpool. Always every weekend I want to watch my Liverpool play. So I'm a subscriber. But then of late, I have been also complaining silently that, you know, we don't like I think that the charges or the fees have shot up. And then if you should compare what we pay to what others pay in the sub-region, it looks as if we are being, you know, asked to pay more than what the others, you know, pay. So before even the minister got in, they were on social media, there were people who started complaining about these matters and then all that. Then the minister joins the fray. So the minister comes in and then you say, okay, Ghanaians, I've listened to you. And then, okay, I'm going to engage these people and then ask them to reduce their prices by 30%. Seriously, I don't know the modeling, the financial modeling, the calculation that the minister might have had or had, by suggesting the 30%. But then the minister goes to meet MultiChoice. MultiChoice says that they cannot meet that 30% threshold. Mind you, that 30% that the minister, proposed was when the cedi was, the dollar to the cedi was $1 to 10 Ghana cedis. Now, as we speak, it's $1 to $1 is about 13 Ghana cedis. So are we still going to go back to the 30%? Well, I think that, or from the minority, we think that there still ought to be a way for the two parties to meet, and then at the end of the day, we all win. We don't want the situation where the minister wins on behalf of Ghanaians and then the company loses, because the company is also here to provide some services. They are here to make profit. That's why they've employed Ghanaians. The Ghanaians would also have to be paid well. So we want a win-win situation. MultiChoice wins, the people of Ghana also win. That's what we see. That's what we seek, from the minister and then from the NCA, who are, I'm told, in a meeting. Again, we can also go back. If you remember, about 2 years ago, there was an issue, a similar issue with MTN, where GRA raised an issue that MTN was underpaying their taxes. If you remember, there was no any, issue on Twitter between the minister. There was no any banter. Of course, the two parties disagreed. At that time, I was Ghana's High Commissioner in South Africa. So this matter, I was, really part of making sure that this matter was actually solved. Because I attended a meeting with the South African foreign minister then. Our foreign minister also came, Honorable Shalai Kobotwe came in. We all sat in a meeting. And at the end of the day, we had, a peaceful settlement to this matter, to the extent that the taxes that the GRA wanted, these taxes were paid. MTN is still operating in Ghana. You just call me on my MTN number. They didn't fold up. Nobody won a war. So I don't want a situation where it's couched as if the minister is leading Ghana to a war. No, it shouldn't be a case. It should be a win-win. The company should survive. The company should win. Ghanaians should also win. That's how we want to see this happen. Other than that, to send a negative signal to would-be investors that, hey, this country, if you go, government will be on your neck, government will fleece you. No, we don't want that. We want to encourage as many investors into Ghana as possible. The president promised 24-hour economy is becoming a challenge now. Ghanaians still do not have jobs. The few companies that are providing jobs shouldn't be asked to fold up and then leave. Likewise, I also wouldn't want the few companies that are here to also fleece Ghanaians, who pay for their services. We should have a negotiation that both sides win.
I'm sure you and the committee has been discussing this matter for some time, right?
Yes, you're right.
And you don't have access to maybe the calculation table as to how MultiChoice came to its conclusion on its pricing now, and which is what you can actually use to justify or kick out the minister's proposal of 30% reduction. Because we can't be speaking in vacuum. We just have to have data to support, yes.
So one, from the start of the committee, we are not seized with that. We don't have the models. NCA has the models. They are meeting with NCA. Thankfully, we also have a meeting with NCA on Wednesday. The committee do have a meeting with NCA on Wednesday. So the models, whatever is projected to NCA, after today's meeting, we also have a meeting with NCA on Wednesday. And I'm sure that whatever discussions might have transpired will be brought to our notice, and then we'll also take it up from there.
But so far, you are not, as a committee, not pleased with the minister's posture?
I'm not a party. No, I'm not a party to this meeting. I'm not.
No, I'm asking as a committee, deputy ranking.
No.
You are not. I'm asking if you are not pleased with the minister's posture.
Oh yeah. No. We've said this, so many times that it shouldn't be a combative posture. That like the minister versus MultiChoice. No. It is an issue with the NCA. NCA is a government entity. I know. The NCCA also reports to the minister. But then I don't like that's why I cited that of the MTN. If you remember, hardly did you even hear the Minister of Finance then 2 years ago, coming out, issuing statement on Twitter, on Facebook, threatening MTN that if they don't do this, if they don't pay, we'll shut MTN down. The minister, this has nothing to do with it. It was GRA as an entity that dealt with MTA. So I'm also expecting NCA, to deal with MultiChoice, not the minister. The minister, you're above these things. Leave this to the technocrats, to work on it, and after that they'll report to you. But this, showing this bravado that I'm leading Ghana to a war. If I don't subscribe to MultiChoice, what war are you going to fight on my behalf? The population of Ghana is about 30 million. How many people subscribe to MultiChoice? Rather go and fight Ghana Water. Go and fight Electricity Company of Ghana. Tell them to reduce their costs because Ghanaians are suffering. These are the things we want our ministers to be doing, and not for companies that are providing services that ordinary Ghanaians cannot even afford.
You sound. Is it a case of being used to the normal way of doing things, and so maybe the new approach by Sam George, which is sort of in his personality, is a little unacceptable to you or for you?
I told you earlier that I'm a subscriber and that I'm a Liverpool fanatic.
You have just 1 minute remaining.
Okay, so we've run out of data. So let's try and see if we can raise the minister back online. The deputy ranking of the communications ministry at the in Parliament, Mr. Charles Redu, to talk to us more. He's member of Parliament also for Abrim constituency, and he was actually former Ghana's High Commission to South Africa as well, speaking to us on the situation happening between the ministry. And you see, the fight seems to have moved from the ministry to the minister, because the minister is signing quite a number of statements responding to MultiChoice. MultiChoice is responding back, and it's like a trade between the two. But all the same, the minister is fighting something for a good cause. I'm not in the right position to actually determine whether or not is the right thing or is the wrong thing. It depends on how you are actually looking at it. Now, remember that he also made reference to the closure of stations politically motivated. Charles Redu is the one that actually made that statement. Also, when the minister moved into closing down certain media houses, he actually said that the member of Parliament for Abrim constituency, Charles Redu, has described the National Communications Authority's decision to withdraw the licenses of over 60 media channels as politically motivated. The parliamentarian who was speaking in the House after the Minister of Communications, Sam George, had read a statement announcing the termination, said the move was needless and aimed at selected politically exposed persons. So maybe we take it that because he is on the committee, all matters concerning communication, he must be interested and also tell their opinion as far as he's representing the committee. Honorable Charles Redu is back with us on the line. Honorable, sorry for the rude interruption of the data or network. So, so you were on a point.
So I was saying that I'm a football fanatic. I love my team, Liverpool. Liverpool will be playing this weekend. and I'll be watching. I'm a subscriber, and I'm concerned about the astronomical fees that I'm being asked to pay. So I'm in bed with Ghanaians. You know, I totally agree with the concerns of Ghanaians that the what we pay as compared to what Nigerians and then others in West Africa pay, we seem to be we seem to be paying more than the others pay. So with that, I agree. But my issue is the approach. You know, it shouldn't be a war that, you know, because they are doing this, I'm going to do you threaten issuing statement on Twitter, Facebook. No. That approach is not helpful. It's not helpful for business. So
I'm careful how I take your word, because you are a diplomat, if I may, and may look at things from the diplomatic perspective. But you've indicated that the prices we're paying are astronomical. Astronomical prices require astronomical approach in fighting it.
So I have worked, like I told you earlier, you know, I've worked in South Africa as the High Commissioner. I have jurisdiction over about 4 other South African countries. Now, within the Southern African countries, if you go to Malawi, Zimbabwe, Angola, Botswana, Namibia, you know, all those countries, they pay less than we are paying. I agree. You know, I don't have any problem with that. But then mine is the approach. The NCA is the regulator. That's why I cited the issue of the MTN and then GRA. You know, GRA is the regulator of MTN, in terms of taxes. GRA is the regulator. GRA reports to the Minister for Finance. You get me?
Yes.
NCA is the regulator. NCA reports to the Minister for Communication. So it's not something that the minister should take over and then assume that I'm going to lead this fight. I'm the commander in chief. If you don't do this, you cease operation. We are giving you 7 days, and that you fold up. No, it doesn't. If MultiChoice decides to fold up right now, who wins? Ghana has won. What about the numerous people who are working there? What about the taxes?
No, but you've indicated that their market share is really not that large. So losing the STV
that's what I'm saying.
it will not cost Ghana anything. At least, or after all, what are we benefiting from them? Is it football matches?
You would have a friend, a schoolmate who works there. That person will come home. You're getting it. You have at least a church member who works there. That person will come home. You have at least a sibling who works there. That person will come home. And that's my problem. Now we are not creating more jobs. So if there are issues, I'm not saying that they should continue fleecing us. No. Let's sit down. Let's jaw. It shouldn't be that this person is going to win against this. Now it's going to be like we're turning this whole thing between the two. As if one person should win and then that person should lose. No. It shouldn't be the way to go. Use diplomatic channels. That's why I cited that of the MTN. I keep on citing that. The MTN is still operating. Now you've called me on my MTN number. MTN didn't leave. You see, so don't say that, because the subscriber base is, there are not many, they leave, nothing. No, it's saying the signal that is sent. That's what I'm against.
Okay.
Now, Canal has bought this company. Canal is a big player. In this whole thing, the France-based, a lot of the Francophone countries, they dominate the market and all that. So let's send a very good signal. That's all that I'm saying. So this meeting is good. At the end of the day, we are expecting that both sides, the negotiation will be such that both sides will bend a bit, because 30-0, there's a gap there.
Yeah.
Minister is asking for 30. They're also asking of 0. That they are not ready to bend. But then let's have a midpoint where both sides will be happy. Ghanaians will be happy.
Both are at extremes, right?
Oh, but 2 extremes.
Yes.
2 extremes.
But if this meeting fail, is Parliament also looking to maybe carrying out a diplomatic move by inviting probably the minister or even MultiChoice to give us some answers?
I've been told that the South African foreign minister is due to visit Ghana this week as a result of this impasse.
Oh.
The South African foreign minister is coming down. And then we don't want this to get to that level.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, Wednesday we have a meeting with NCA. We want to find out from NCA the outcome of today's meeting. And I'm sure even the minister they will issue a communique after today's meeting. Let's know what is happening. If there need be for us to intervene as a committee, I'm sure that we'll do the right thing and then get both sides talking. And if we all want to win, I want to continue watching my football, and then everybody's happy.
I wish you all the best. Deputy Ranking of the Communications Committee in Parliament, Charles Eshokoredu, thank you so much for your time. He's also Member of Parliament for Abrim constituency and former Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa. Right, and just in case you're wondering, this has to do with the impasse between the Minister of Communications and Digital Technology and Innovations, Sam George, and also MultiChoice, that has to do with DSTV and its pricing. That the ministry is demanding a 30% cut in the price, and the MultiChoice Ghana is also meeting that demand by its disagreements that it can only decrease it or reduce the price by 0. Let's take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame? As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Go be the luckiest, go be from Georgia be luckiest, from not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest, everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor and help her people. To Alvaro, ambition is stronger than his dream. And this greed will lead him to commit the worst betrayal to the woman he loves.
I will have a husband no matter what.
Samantha, will you please marry me?
Turning all her dreams into painful disappointments and dangerous consequences.
I've been waiting for you to answer my calls, Alvaro. I haven't heard anything from you. I've sent you so many messages, but you've never responded.
Have you left the bus station?
I just want to pay my debt and get out of here.
Her photographs are going to sell fast and she will be our gold mine. Our clients will love those.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Are you all right?
Welcome back to Good Afternoon, Ghana. We're still giving the Black Stars our support, and I hope that you do so. The match is coming off 7 p.m. tonight at the Accra Sports Stadium, and it's Ghana versus Mali. Ghana is in Group I, and it's still topping the charts, but we need a win for this one, at least, to boost our morale qualifying into the World Cup. Now, let's do some politics where the new Patriotic Party presidential hopeful Kennedy Agyapong has appealed to the party delegates in the Western North region to entrust him with the party's leadership ahead of the 2028 presidential elections, promising to prove his worth within the just 4 years. And speaking at a meeting with the delegates in the region as part of his unity tour, the former Abossey Central legislature made the passionate plea for support, stressing that his leadership would bring results or he would willingly step aside. Now, let's go onto the phone lines and engage his team members who have been speaking on. Okay, so we'll take the bite first, and then we'll speak with the communications director for the Kennedy Agyapong's campaign team.
Let's share the $20 million contract for 50 people and see how much we can do. Okay, sir. We need to build the party. We cannot build the party if we restore people. Here is also no we can say any party did. Oh, the agency. For more than 12 appointments. Position Ojao and this for the figure. I'm to you, as any NPP and these same people are coming to you. You can feel who says here. Don't sell yourself cheap. Also, Yan and go portable partners and India also be so I'll be a fair offer. So who can in your Dumaya and now bang your Dumaya and Poguna and Modin Man Adachi, everything I'm working here. Man Adachi, everything I'm working here. The Yami party welfare in Yami. We need to build this party. Okay? And you will say, and listen. Can you believe that? A very 5 contestants now. What is it development fee? We have 4 million. 4 million because party any capital. 80 may farm reform 100,000. May farming 500,000. Now man, we don't feel so good here. It's man fat anko. I want to branch back but come home now 4 million on the buy. Now I'm saying I just like look, and then Samuel, we have a deadline set on the 5th, a deadline to bring my 4 million. So I have to give them 4 million. Yes. Into filing, contesting as a flag bearer, 4.6 billion. What is this billion? They said, any year can say, my contractors here. And that, women, you know, maybe support Jessica Bryan to
Kennedy Agyapong on the Unity Tour campaign. Kweku Amu is the communications director for Kennedy Agyapong's campaign team. Kweku, thank you for your time. You're welcome to Good Afternoon, Ghana.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine, Kweku. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing great.
If the producers can stop interfering with our interview. Kweku, thank you. Again, are you in Accra?
No, I'm somewhere around Techimentia.
Techimentia.
Yes, the network is not all that great, but I'm just trying to hear whatever that you are saying.
Please try your best so that when you become or when you get the presidency slot, eventually you can do something about our networks in Ghana.
Most definitely. Since Ken is all about business development, I think technology and telecommunications will be one of his priorities. So as you're saying, we will do our very best to ensure that the entire nation is wired and covered.
Thank you. Thank you for that offer. So, first of all, explain to me what the thank you tour is about. Are you doing your own thank you tour? The party embarked on that, led by Dr. Baumia. Was that not successful enough? What's this thank you tour about?
Well, we are not doing a thank you tour per se. We're doing a unity tour.
It's a unity tour.
It's a unity tour, not a thank you tour.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for that clarity.
Because where we are now as a party, we need to first of all go around, Honorable Ken, to talk to the delegates and the NPP party members that where we are, if you want to win power, we need to have a common front, a strong front, and therefore unity is the way to go. So we are moving around the country, from constituency to constituency, the 275 constituencies. We are going to put our foot in every constituency to ensure that we forge a proper chemistry, such that the party members will come together. Anytime that we go to any constituency, the first thing Honorable does is to apologize for the mistreatment, is to apologize for the negligence, neglecting the party members. So what we are doing now is to let them know the very belief and the core values of the party and the importance for us to come together so that we can face a common foe, that is the NDC and other parties. So that at the end of the day, 2028, we just don't have to elect a flag bearer, but rather we need power, someone who can win the party power. That is what we are doing in this unity tour. So basically, we are not thanking them, we are apologizing to them, we are bringing them together, so that at the end of the day, 2028, we will win power for the party.
Now, on this your unity tour, you seem to be saying things that is breaking the party further.
The things that we are saying, you see, first of all, you need to repent before forgiveness. So we need to tell them what went wrong, the reasons why we lost the elections, and then bring them together. Because if you don't find the problem, if you don't discuss the issues, you cannot find a good solution to that. So that's exactly what we are doing. We need to do a debriefing, we need to do a review of what went wrong, so that we can come out with a common solution. Because, my sister, it is so important that we win power 2028. And the question is, who can win power for us? Is someone who can speak well, is someone with a good vision, a common vision, a vision of transformation, said that the people, Ghanaians, will vote for that person, and that person is Honorable Ken. Wherever we have been, apart from the delegates, the Ghanaians that are the citizens of the constituencies that we go, everybody is calling for Ken. All that they are saying is that if you don't bring Ken, we are not going to vote. Ken is the one who can give us jobs. So we are preaching job creation. That is exactly what we are doing.
So, so your targets for the unity or cause for unity is for the party grassroots, right?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
You see, Ken is the man of the grassroots. He's a grassroots person. And for us to win power, we have to have a groundswell. So once we talk to the grassroots, about 230,000 polling station executives, when we win their hearts, their numbers are so great that it will give us the numbers that we need to get to win the flag bearership. You see, our focus is the presidency, but first we have to take the first by winning the flag bearership. And the grassroots are so important. They are the makers of kings. And therefore, we need to speak their language. We need to relate to them. We should be able to give them solutions to their problems. Because you see, what Ken is saying is that you don't have life if you don't have a job. He has done it before. He has opened a lot of factories. He has hired a lot of people who are working for him. And so he knows how to do it. And therefore, when we give him the country, even the resources that we have, the minerals that we have, the foundation minerals that we have, the abundance of natural resources in itself, the most important thing is to add value, but not to sell the raw materials outside. So he is thinking of import substitution companies or industries in Ghana, said that he will create jobs, and in every value chain, all the nodes within the value chain will provide jobs for the delegates, to provide jobs for the Ghanaian youth. So he's not going to talk about something that you can't see with your naked eyes. He's going to talk about jobs. For example, using tomato, for example, how do you use cassava to produce starch for the pharmaceutical companies, or ethanol, or how do you generate electricity out of sugarcane? These are practical examples. He has traveled around the world. He has gone to India. He has seen it done. And so when he's talking about such, he is giving a pragmatic solution to our problems. Where we are now, for example, everything that we use in this country, we have to go out and import textiles. And because of that, always we are creating jobs outside the borders of this country. Now, Ken is saying that let us do import substitution in this country, say that we will use what we have within the country and then enter into the aftermarket and then sell it to Europe as well. By so doing, the pressure on the dollar-cedi relationship will be reduced, and the net factor income from abroad will be surplus. So that is all that we are saying. That Ghana, we have a lot of resources, and there is no need for us to send them out raw. The gadget economy is over.
So after all, you also have ideas and not just rich.
We have ideas that are pragmatic, and indeed our ideas are rich and brilliant. You see, a strategy is as good as its implementation. So you can speak a strategy, but if you cannot implement it, if you cannot execute the strategy, then there is nothing that you can do. Ken has a strategy. He has examples.
My question follows the criticism of the Baumia camp when he said that he has ideas and you descended on him heavily. But ideas are necessary, not so?
Ideas are critical, but having the idea is okay. But having a strategy map to implementing the ideas is the answer. So you can have all the ideas in your head. That is having a dream. It's having a vision. But the question is, how well are you able to implement your vision? How well are you able to execute your ideas? That is the answer. That is what Ghana is lacking now. Ken has done it before. He knows how to do it because he has the practical examples he can talk. He can pinpoint to you and say, this is my steel factory. This is my starch factory at Mountain. This is my coal store here. This is my platinum, a new company that has got platinum at Kema. You understand me?
Yeah.
So when he's talking, he's not just talking ideas, but he's speaking ideas and how to implement those ideas. That is his strength. That is the key. Most of the leaders in this country is about rhetoric. I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. When they win the power and they come, they cannot implement it. But Ken has never been a president. Ken has never been a vice president. But we can see his works all over the place. And therefore, when he speaks, he does it. That is what we need.
Now, you are doing a unity tour, and you are trying to, organize everybody to come around the table. The party sent a hand of gesture to those who had been suspended, giving them the opportunity to all come back, regardless the time of your suspension and all. But there are still party members, and clearly, and rightly so, there was Miracles Abuaje openly heard on radio or TV, saying and mentioning names like persons like Hobson Adoya couldn't come back to the party, he will not be accepted and all. So you wonder if the party really is ready for unity. And you were also not for the time schedule for the presidential elections or the flag bearership elections that was scheduled, because it was rumored that it was, scheduled to benefit Dr. Bawumia. So you probably will be fighting on a different path. How have you been able to also, bring all these people around if you still want those who have left the party, those who are bitter because you are apologizing and all? Have you spoken with some of them, leading members, known leading members like Alan Shermating and all that? What have you done in this area?
Okay, great. Thank you for the brilliant question. I think this amnesty issue is a brainchild of Honorable Ken Ohenekafon. He started to talk about amnesty when we started the thank you tour in the Central Region. As a matter of fact, I wish I could send you the videos at the DNA yesterday. 3 of the top executives of the party, the MP, the former MP, and I think the DC and the chairman, most of them, they were not talking. They were having problems. And so everybody was having his own idea and they were backbiting each other. But when we went to the DNA yesterday, all of them came and sat with Honorable Ken. And then they smoked a peace pipe. And you can see them hugging and how the delegates excited, they were enthused about the fact that all these people who seem to be enemies or foes are now together. The presence of Kennedy Agapon brings unity. His charisma alone draws attention. That is why we are describing him in a book that is coming out as the Exhibit A of Ghana. Wherever he goes, from the youth to the elderly, everybody gravitates towards him. Alan is his schoolmate. Afoko is a friend. Hobson Adoye, we talk to him all the time. So the determination of Honorable Ken in this regard is to ensure that we bring all the people outside, because he always quotes from the Bible that if you have 100 sheep and the one gets outside the pen, you have to go out, leave the 99, go out and bring the one in. And when you bring the one in, all of you will jubilate. So Ken's unity tour is not about anything. It's not about stories. It's about how do we unite the party. From the name you can see, it's unity. How do we unite the party? And uniting the party means you have to open your arms and allow all those outside, those who left the party, let us make the party look so interesting and attractive. And said that all of them will come and join. So Ken is talking to all these people. He wants to ensure that we all come back to the tradition, the Dombo Buzia, Dankwa tradition. We all come back together so that we can win power.
Okay.
His determination is to bring the party together, said that we win power in 2028. It's not about electing a flag bearer and then lose the power.
Lawyer, have you seen the recent polls, flying around, and also trend analysis, all pointing to Dr. Bawumia's camp that he's likely to emerge the winner? And people even say that even if he doesn't win, it will be rigged in his favor. Have you heard all those comments?
You see, all these, initially, the first primary that we went, a lot of polls came and they said that Honorable will get 6%, some said 12%, but at the end of the day, he's at 37.4%. So they are numbers, they are forecast, but not all forecasts are the same. I mean, you can pinpoint to the exact reality on the ground. What we know is that Ghanaians want a bold and decisive leadership. That is what Ghanaians want.
Okay.
When you drive around, even when you go to Makola, just sit on the torso and ask them, who do you want to be the next president? Everybody will tell you it's Kennedy or Hinegapon. So it doesn't matter the polls that comes out, they can screw it, they can procure it, they can do whatever they want to do. But the issue on the ground is that Ghanaians are now looking for someone who is so pragmatic, someone who can give them jobs, someone who can create employment. And employment creation is not only giving people jobs, but how do you use the resources that we have in this country? Full employment, say that our GDP, say that our consumption, say that our investment, say that government expenditure and the net factor income from abroad, all will be positive. So where we are now, Ghana is the center of the earth, and Ken is talking about tourism. Tourism has made Kenya what it is today.
Okay.
East Africa is benefiting a lot about tourism. And the ideas of Kennedy or Japan is so great that people don't talk about that. And you need a businessman, someone who has managed a business, someone who understands finance, someone who understands marketing. And people talk about, oh, somebody has been marketed more than Honorable Ken. Putting pictures around the country that doesn't mean that you will win an election.
Yeah, but being a businessman does not necessarily translate into your capacity to manage a whole country.
You see, a businessman manages the units, the functional areas of a business. And in a country, the functional areas are the sector, the economy. So you have to start from minute. You have to start from a sample before, like what you have asking me about the post. There are samples. So once the samples pinpoint, you have to manage a sample first before you can manage the entire population.
All right.
You understand? So he has an idea. He has managed successful businesses, and therefore, definitely when you give the country to him, he will manage the various sectors as managing the functional areas of a business.
All right. Right.
You know, if you go to Benin, the president over there is a businessman. You understand?
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter was a farmer. He became a president. Donald Trump, I'm a businessman. He's a president.
Well, my question is not to say that a businessman cannot manage the country. That's not exactly what I was representing. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, Kweku Amodate, Esquire. I'm grateful for your time. I'm sure we'll engage you some more because the race has just started.
Thank you for having me, and I really enjoyed this interview, even though I'm somewhere in the bush. But I think you guys are doing a great job. Let us continue to talk. That the vision of transformation of Honorable Ken will be known and spread and propagated around the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I wish you all the best in the forest there. Now, let's do football. And UFA licensed coach Nana Ajiman has joined us via Zoom. Is it Zoom or phone? Let's do some discussion with him. UFA's licensed coach Nana Ajiman is with me via Zoom. Kiki. Okay. Nana, thank you for your time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Annie. How are you?
I'm great. And I hope you are too.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. A little nervous because of what's going to happen at even 4 o'clock. Never mind 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Because Madagascar face Chad at 4. And if they win that game, they will end up with the same points as us. They will be top of the table with us, so I'm a bit nervous about that.
Oh.
And then, exactly, equally nervous about us facing the Malians.
Wow, I didn't even consider that much.
Well, I know. I don't think we're thinking far about this, to be honest with you.
Okay, so Ken gave me some, different form of calculation today that something different has changed about how the teams in the groups perform, and he said something to the effect that the second country in the group may have an opportunity to do some calculation with maybe teams in other groups. I don't know what that meant. If you can explain it further for us to understand or appreciate, should Ghana even come second in the group, what's the calculation that we need to do to hope to qualify?
Well, I don't know about that, but what I know is that on the 6th of October, Comoros will play Madagascar, right? Comoros are behind us at the moment. Madagascar will be joint top. They will face Chad. They're going to beat Chad. There's no two ways about that. So they will also have 16 points. But their next fixture will be a tricky one against Comoros. Who knows how that could go? And dependent on what happens with Mali, yes, we could have one or two compromise situations there. But I think both Madagascar and Comoros would want to go to the World Cup. And you see, the last match that we will play will be against Comoros here in Accra. And that in itself, again, is another humdinger, depending on what happens. So it's, we've got to get the calculators out. If they do not defeat Mali today, we got to get the calculators out and start doing, our maths. In terms of the second place, then, okay, there'll be some playoffs. I haven't looked at that, to
Yeah.
be perfectly honest with you,
Yeah.
because I'm just expecting 3 straight wins.
Yeah.
It should have been 4. It couldn't have been easier with Chad. It should have been 4. But I'm expecting 3 straight wins tonight, and then in October. It's not even a month away. In October, then we finish off and
Yeah.
know our fate.
Yeah.
But the issue
it's
is
actually
number one.
Yeah, it's actually the playoffs that King Kaninja was making me understand that if we're not,
Yes,
if we're not able to get into it straight, then we'll have to do some playoffs and see if we can do
Yeah,
some
we'll have a
calculations
playoff.
there. Well,
I'm not looking at that. We must win these matches.
let me
We
ask.
must win these.
Let me ask rather a weird question, depending on how you where you're looking at it from. How did Comoros become such a competitive team?
Well, they're doing the right things. The selection is correct. It's based upon merit. They've got a decent coach who knows what he's doing. And the general atmosphere around the club, around the team is completely different. Their foundation is not a monetized situation whereby, for example, the Malians have come. Check how many people have come. If they've got a squad of 26, they won't have officials that number more than the squad players. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
There'll be no issues about budgets and money and any of these things. They're just coming here to play football. They're in search of 3 points and nothing else. But with us, it's completely different, as you've seen over the last few days. There's issues about budgets. There's issues about budget headings. There's issue about how many match officials are traveling. There are issues about full-time workers of the FA being given, $9,000 US, winning bonuses, and so many different things. Because our football, especially the Ghana Black Stars, has been seriously monetized. And so the focus isn't just about winning the game. It has so many different spheres to it. And so it's different. It's completely different. We have a coach who we know.
Yeah, you said Comoros actually has a decent coach. I noted that down. Why that statement? Is that to say that
Well, they play much better than we do.
So we are not able to produce a decent coach by spending $50,000 on him a month?
No, we haven't. Because look, let's face it. Let's look at it this way. Since Asamoah Gyan, who's the most prolific striker we've had, we have improvised since he has gone away. We don't have a striker. Antoine Semenyo is not a striker. He's not an out-and-out striker. Inaki Williams is not an out-and-out striker. Mohamed Kudus is not an out-and-out striker. Jordan Ayew is not an out-and-out striker. Who is it that we are depending on to score the goals for us? Who? And this is a coach who he can see in the same way that I can see that we don't have a striker. Who has he brought on board to score the goals? Who? Which person? Which player has he included in the squad? This is his second time coming. And when he came the first time, we didn't have a striker. Today we are going to play, we do not have a striker. Who has he molded? Who has he taken who isn't an out-and-out striker and molded in that way so that they could play in that striking position? Who? There's nobody. He's the coach. He is the coach. And his job is to ensure that we have players that can play in the requisite positions. But we don't have a striker. We don't have a striker.
We're
looking at improvisation.
We don't have, or maybe, I don't know, I'm not a football person, but we don't have any plan, or we don't see any effort by the team when they are not in major games like the World Cup, like African Cups. All we see is that once the time is due, we call them as usual, and then they come and play. So you see that there's a problem with team bonding. There's a problem with just general training for a Ghanaian national team. We don't normally see them when there is nothing, or no major game. app. So why are we deceiving ourselves and wasting money, as you term it, monetization?
Well, it's what we do. We're Ghanaians. It's a classic thing that we do, isn't it? It's all about self-denial, and it's all about self-enrichment at the end of the day, because despite the fact that we are credited as being one of the powerhouses, I mean, look, we've won 4 African Cup of Nations and we can't even qualify for the African Cup of Nations anymore. I think it was Cameroon who hadn't won any when we had won 3 or 4, and now they've surpassed us. I mean, you look from, if I take you back to like the early 2000s when we first qualified,
yeah,
it was totally different because we had players that were established here in Ghana, the Stephen Appiahs, the Lai Kingstons, the Suleiman Tari. They all played for local clubs. They were bred with a local foundation. Now, as soon as a player learns how to tie his boots, we ship him off somewhere. It could be Uzbekistan, it could be anywhere. And we call that business. We call it business because we don't truly understand the business of football. We've been unable to commercialize our local football to the point where we'll have big announcements. Sponsors are here, there. Before the season is over, those sponsors are gone. Those sponsors have left us because they're getting no value for their money. They even withdraw their money halfway through and say they're not giving anything. There's no value for money because in terms of the dynamics, it's overwhelming. We're talking about referees, you're talking about, we can look at the fixtures and even tell you which local team is going to win, who is going to win, who is going to draw, blah, blah, blah. It's not good. Intimidation at the grounds, and even club licensing and all these kind of things. Look, all last season, none of the clubs qualified to receive their license to even play in the Premier Division.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a glorified Division 1. And it's the chairman of the club licensing committee who came out a few days ago to say so, that all the clubs played, they didn't have a license to play. And that means they didn't have appropriate stadiums, the management committee wasn't right, they'd not produced audited accounts, a number of things that all are supposed to be there if you're a professional setup. I complain, and lots of us complain, where's our local players in the Ghana Black Stars? Why can't we have local players in the Ghana Black Stars? Where are they? Aren't they playing good football? What's happening? And we get rubbished. People say all kinds of things about us when we say all this, but these are real issues because you can't just call players who play abroad, assemble them for 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then expect them to work the oracle, especially when you don't have a conductor of the orchestra who knows the symphony. And we don't have a conductor of the orchestra who knows the symphony. You watch his pressers and all that and listen to what he says. I can't laugh.
I think largely would depend on the symphony of their local teams they play or international teams they play wherever they are.
Exactly. And you see, when you bring them, you've got to also recognize that the clubs they play in, the players that they play with, are significantly much more technical, much more tactical, much more disciplined, and much more skilled in certain aspects than we are. And that's why you can see there's a telepathy. You look at Mohamed Kudus, there's a telepathy.
Yeah.
Even now he's just joined Tottenham. The telepathy is there. They know what they're about. You see, we don't produce players because even Kudus, where does he come from? I mean, I talk about this often enough. I mean, we've had a lot of players from Right to Dream. And during the time that we've been taking these players from Right to Dream never played in our local league system. They refused to. It's only now that it's come under the helmship of local managers that they are now in Division 2. But prior to that, they weren't a part of it. They refused, Tom refused to play in the local league because it was riddled with corruption. So he refused. And look, what's happening now? A lot of the players come from Right to Dream. What are we producing? We've got the Ghana Soccer School of Excellence over there. And what are we producing there? What are we producing? When we say we are starting academy, we are starting at under 15. I didn't go to school when I was 15. I went to school much earlier. And a football academy is a school. You know, and I'll keep on saying it. You need to start with the under 7s, the under 9s, the under 11s, the under 13s. You know, and the DNA that has been written for us by a German who has long taken his money and gone, where is it? I'd like to read a copy. We don't even know what it is. But that DNA that was produced is not something that we are adopted to. I don't see any DNA when the national team plays. I don't see any.
Well, at this point, I know we
can
only hope. I know you're looking forward to straight wins, but you want to do some predictions?
What, today?
Yep.
I can't risk my arm. I told you already I'm shaking, Annie. I don't know which way it's going to go. I mean, I've heard the Malian coach say it's been 12 years since Mali has really overturned us, probably here at home. But anything is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on the show with Michael the other day, and Michael was saying he wanted Mali to win their match against Comoros, and I didn't, because I felt that would give them too much confidence. It would boost them too much.
Yeah.
And I think they're boosted significantly enough now, especially against the backdrop that we drew with Chad, to really come and give us a run for our money. And, you know, it's scary. I think the best at this moment will probably be a draw. You know, that's what I think would be the best at this moment. At least we wouldn't lose. It could be a draw. But I'm hoping not. I mean, as you say, we have to hope. But I don't know what he's going to do, because I think now Jiku is back. Jiku will have to start. Salisu would have to start. I think Tariq Lamptey would have to play on the right fullback. I think Mensah's been having a screamer. I mean, you know, it's nightmare on Elm Street. But I think, you know, in view of the fact that we even drafted in a player who FIFA says can't play, we still have to use Mensah. And I think Partey, I hope he's recovered. He will now have to come in and sit in front of the back four and probably have this guy, I think it's Ahmed Samed, or his surname is Samed anyway, as another holding midfielder, with Kudus sitting in front of them, and Jordan Ayew on the left-hand side, and Payne still on the right, and Semenya up front. I think that's the way to go, to be honest with you, because I think those players have played together a bit more than anything else. I think that could potentially save us.
Right.
But I'm hoping just like you.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. I'm grateful for your time this afternoon, Nana Jiman. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you very much, Annie.
Your first licensed coach coming through with his analysis of what the match may turn out to be. But what we don't want is a win for Madagascar and Chad this afternoon, which is happening at 4 p.m. before Ghana meets the Malians at 7 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. We'll draw the curtain here on Good Afternoon Ghana. Thank you for watching. We're back tomorrow. My colleague Akwesi Afriye will be here, and we hope that we'll come with a victory. Thanks for watching.
The Abossey Manche Homo War Festival and Business Summit
has been organized to promote tourism, cultural diplomacy, and international business relations between Ghana and the diaspora. The 3-day event is scheduled from 26th to 28th of September 2025. Activities include Business Summit, where potential businesses and investors meet on the 26th and 27th of September. Also on 27th September is the sprinkling of Pokpe. 28th September is the Omomo Festival in the park with lots of food, live music and dance. These events will happen live at the historic Utrecht University Botanical Gardens, Utrecht in the Netherlands. There will also be sightseeing and a night of entertainment in Germany. The Besemante Homo Festival and Business Summit in the Netherlands and Germany will be a fun and bricks business. Registration is open to all businesses and corporate institutions. For inquiries, call 0244 268 074 or 0246 845 516. Registration closes on 25th of August 2025. Hurry and place your calls. Limited spaces are available on a priority basis.
When the day ends, the real stories begin. Michael Addo.
Updates with lawyers for former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
Efwa Ando. Sandra Ofosu. Ikuya Ababio. Dominic and Sapra.
We're bringing you the latest in the world of business.
Sharp, precise, compelling, unmissable, uncompromising. News Night. Tonight at 7 p.m. Only on Metro TV.
Some loves are born in the blink of an eye.
I've been madly in love with her since the first time I saw her. Then let's get married today.
I'll be the happiest woman in the world by your side.
And they kill your soul in a flash. Televisa presents You Are the One. Angela dreams of keeping her promise to be a great doctor